And those are my top 5 reasons why pegging isn't gay. Except when it is. And we're live.
You are now listening to Radio Rufus.
Yes, you dirty scallywags. We've been up to some skullduggery in this studio, and you know it's getting recorded and being put out to you through the magic of technology that has not yet been invented. That's right, this podcast is set in the 60s, before the Berlin Wall came down, before the Soviet Union was dissolved, and before the smoking indoors ban was enacted in this country, and we went to the dogs. God, I hated 2007 when I was 5. That was shit. I could only smoke outdoors from then on. Anyway, we're here to bring you all the hottest, fresh off the presses. It's so hot, it will burn you just by being aware of it. That's how fresh our news is, apart from one story every week, which is set in historical times, historical being sort of the 60s or the 70s. This week, we've got another wonderful guest episode. We'd like to welcome the magnanimous and totalitarian Jamie Hutchinson to the studio for the first time. Come on out, Jamie. Can I just say, he is looking resplendent. No one has ever looked more at home in something from our wardrobe rack as you, Jamie. Looking like Al Capone in his prime, if he was ginger.
And trackies. I look like I've just, got loose from a dementia ward. You know what I mean? Got me dementia trackies on.
It does look like you've raided the school play. Sort of
I want to do it!
Yeah, sort of
I want
backstage
to
area.
be Joseph!
Yeah.
Shut up, lad. Get the caretaker out.
Joseph and his beige cardigan.
Yeah.
That classic musical. Anyway, Jamie, of course, a wonderful comedian, one half of a podcast I googled so recently I can't even remember the name. Hot Water's Green Room podcast.
Yeah,
it's one with 2 blokes and a brick wall, I believe.
standard lads. Bottom of the barrel, low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
We don't care though, maybe. Sometimes if the fruit's low, it's still ripe.
It's there to be picked.
It's there to be picked, baby.
He's just finished the extended run, his 2024 tour, Waterslide. And when I looked that up, I literally did think it was you just going on Britain's best water slides.
I wanted to do that, man. I wanted to do
That's a
that.
Patreon special.
Yeah, just going on water slides, mate. I wanted my final picture to fuck off, mate. I'm not on a water slide, but
Best water slide you've ever been on?
One in fucking Florida, mate.
Oh, they do it big style out there.
It's just a trap door.
Yeah.
And you don't know when it's going and they just fuck you off.
I fucking hate that.
Sort of one where you don't want to get your arms out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I seen a fat Chinese kid cry his eyes out at the top and just went downstairs, and there's nothing funnier than seeing a fat Chinese kid crying.
You know he had like the tiger mum behind him going, "You will get on this."
Because the way that the queue bent, I didn't know what the ride consisted of because it's so high up. I didn't want any spoilers, I just wanted to experience it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be terrible having spoilers for a water slide.
So I was grossly overdressed for it, but I didn't want to know, and I was just seeing this fat Chinese kid crying for, that's a good barometer. That
Yeah, right.
no matter in every theme park, there's a fat Chinese kid.
Agree. I've always said that.
And use that as a barometer of how scary it is.
We had a similar one, the Vortex, that's what it was called. And it had the trapdoor, and you just went. But there was a little bit of a design flaw in that I think that fat Chinese kid would have had a problem in this one because it went down long way.
Yeah.
Then up and back over itself and then out. And if you were too heavy,
He's not getting over the hump.
you wouldn't get over the hump. And they had a special flap.
Oh my god.
Totally in public view. So if you were walking past, there was usually a tubby getting out of there.
Oh, the Chinese slap.
I would 100% be coming out of that thing.
It's just public humiliation at its finest. Yeah.
You'd rather just be left there.
And they know it's a problem because they built that flap specifically for that to happen, rather than just make a better slide. So yeah, fantastic. I'm glad we went over all your best water slide experiences.
Well, I'm from Gorton in Manchester.
I'm gonna pretend I've heard of that.
Do you not? You know Gorton Tub, yeah?
No.
You not heard of Gorton Tub?
No.
I've never even heard of Gorton until you just said.
Gorton, where Miss Myra Hindley's from.
Do you know that?
Starting to add up.
Sixes serial killer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is
right.
that what the town's famed for?
Yeah.
And yourself?
Myra, Nicky Butt, me.
Nicky Butt as well.
Yeah. I'm third on
It's
the
like,
list.
that's
it's
a
like
great
when you
front
go
three.
to that Austrian village and they're like, this is the Joseph Fritzl house. That's the number one thing to do in the town. You're also, we did look you up. We had a bit of a Google. And I just wanted to say congratulations on your dedicated and humble service as part of Gosport County Council representing the Liberal Democrats. You do look a bit different in this photo, but that is
It's the hat, I think.
Councillor Jamie Hutchinson there.
Politics ages you.
Yeah.
Politics ages you, man.
Yeah, it's changed the colour of your hair. It's good. But yeah, congratulations. Obviously, I've got your list of all the good political services you've
Try and
attended.
keep it quiet, man.
Yeah.
Keep it quiet.
How was the D-Day beacon lighting?
Fair to middling.
Yeah.
Fair to middling.
Really?
I kind of think
Bigger beacon?
it's happened now.
Yeah.
Get
I'll
over
get
it.
over it.
Come on now.
Yeah. Well, judging by this picture, you probably served in it as well. So,
Yeah,
God, this guy looks old.
I would have been 40 then, wouldn't I? Because if I'm 60 there, it's 1966.
Yeah.
I'd have been in the 40s. I think I would have.
World War One,
Yeah,
maybe.
I'll do some admin. Do you know what I mean? I'm not frontlining it.
Yeah.
Fuck all that, lad.
You'd be a draft
I'm
dodger.
not getting mud in me.
I hate people when they say they were in the army, but it turns out they were a desk jockey. That really gets to me.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
really
it's-
doing much.
It's like fucking clapping for the NHS in the future that we do for admin staff. Shut the fuck up, lad.
Oh, you know what used to do
Is that, are the claps for everybody in the NHS?
Yeah.
You know whenever people
Well,
used to
even the-
make a big deal of being like a key worker and they worked in a spar or a Centra. Like you're not saving lives, you're fucking
Superhero.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
They're taking credit for
Yeah.
other people's.
as if they're saving lives. You're fucking stacking shelves.
Yeah, I'm so with you there.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you didn't like get a bit of damage, I have no sympathy. You gotta nick a bullet for the team.
Yeah.
I also think with World War One as well, everyone goes on about the heroes at the Somme. Spent half the time writing fucking poems, mate.
Yeah, there is a lot of poetry, suspicious lot of poetry.
Why don't you put your fucking pen down and pick a gun up?
Yeah. If
Wonder
they were
you
really under the cosh, they wouldn't have time to be penning poems.
Oh, you know my theory about World War One. You know how there was 4 years where the front lines didn't really change, or they just got embedded in the trenches, and they didn't really move. It wasn't like World War Two where we had a lot of back and forth. That was a great game.
Yeah. It's,
Whereas World War One was a boring 0-0
yeah.
until we just about squeezed it out with a scrappy goal at the end.
Diego Simeone's World War One.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think they were all just having a laugh. Like, the English and Germans downed arms. The only picture they have, the only evidence they got was that one football match. I reckon they were just playing them all
Oh,
the
we
time.
brought the fucking ball. Do you know what I mean?
I reckon it was just like a sort of gap year for those soldiers. They were just having a laugh.
Like, they've well been sold that, and they're like, yeah, bring your footy, bring your swimming trunks, bare water slides at the Somme, mate. Yeah.
If they did that these days, everyone's got a bit more cynical, I think. I would have just whipped out the guns as soon as they come on.
Yeah, people who take pride in the great granddads, man. I would have took pride in my great granddad if he deserted. Do you know what I mean? I hate these people.
Fuck
Like,
that, yeah.
I'll die for my country.
Yeah.
You're a fucking loser, then, mate.
Campaign for North Africa. I'm just chilling in Libya with a
Fuck
cocktail.
off, lad. In a bit.
Yeah.
Think I'm getting muddy.
Awesome stuff. Anyway, let's get into our first segment. This is not news, and this is what hit the headlines this week. The Spanish government has announced a new porn passport. Ammunition vending machines have been installed in Texas, Alabama, and Oklahoma grocery shops, and a New Jersey man admits to decapitating a seagull after it attempted to take chips from his daughter. But let's get into this first one. It turns out that being in debt and sharing tiny plates of olives are not all the Spanish get up to at the moment, as new plans announced by Spain's central government will alert citizens if they access porn websites too often. The automated messages will tell them that they must renew a new digital passport in order to avoid being publicly tracked on their porn consumption. Starting later this summer, you have to give your ID in to access porn sites in Spain. And once verified, it basically gives you like 30 credits, like a sort of arcade machine.
Do you get a stamp? Like, I've got my Bukkake stamp.
Yeah, like every 10 is a
So
free
that
one.
when you get... you stamp your passport and you go through security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's your Bukkake.
Well, it does have to basically verify you. It gives you 30 tokens each time.
That's not a lot of wanks. That's one a day.
So it's valid for a month. You have to reapply every month, which that's a ball ache to me. Signing into one website, like, it's already a ball ache. I can't remember the
Yeah.
password. I don't,
Do the
once a
tokens-
month for porn is a lot.
Do they carry over into the next month? Like if you only used 20 last month, do you get 40 next? Or
I don't think it's not like time off. I don't think you can bank
you
it.
just lose it.
Oh, can you go and do they have overdraft facilities?
Well, you'd be interested in this next bit because you can get more if you really need it. So if you use up your tokens before the next month, so if you have more than 30 wanks in 1 month, you have to reapply, and it keeps track of how often you reapply. So essentially, giving a public database direct information on how consistently you're watching porn.
If this had been a thing over lockdown, them 30 tokens wouldn't have seen Tuesday most weeks.
Well, I would have. It'd be like the furlough scheme. They'd give you an allowance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to up it.
Would have thought so. Yeah.
Wanking for the NHS, mate.
I get behind that scheme.
Clapping cheeks for the NHS. Yeah. So if you type in a porn site in Spain under this new legislation, instead of just going to the site, it comes up with a sort of what is it? One of those NHS pass QR
Portals,
codes.
like
A QR code.
I think portal's a good word for it.
Yeah. Directs you to the digital wallet app on which you verify your thing. And then you have to like face scan it and then you can do the porn.
so it's in an e-wallet.
Yeah, it's an e-wallet.
Oh, so you see your bitcoins just drop through the roof. You're depressed. Now you can't even afford a wank.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
I don't think you have to pay for the per wank.
I know,
You
but
get 30 free.
yeah, but if you're running out, you're on like 29, 30, and you dip into your wank overdraft.
Yeah.
You've just seen your bitcoins gone to shit.
Yeah.
You need a wank to cheer yourself up, and I'm
That's
going
true.
into further debt.
You could probably share logins, like give it to your friend, like there's 10 wanks left in that. Knock
Do you
yourself
go,
out.
will it go up on your credit file? You know, your experience. You've gone from poor to average because you're going to use 12 wanks this week. A little positive on there.
It would be great though, because people ask like if there was one stat you could have at the end of your life, what would it be? This would keep track of the wanks. So you could have
I don't really want to know that.
I do want to know that. I think it's interesting.
But what if it's like a really tragic answer?
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know how tragic.
Do you know, I want to know, because I think about this quite often, is who's in my top leaderboard of people I've wanked over to. I do imagination wanks. Because even now, I'm 33,
Yeah.
but I think there's still a leader, Naomi, who was 14.
Were you?
But
also,
I was,
were you
14,
14? Yeah,
a
okay.
girl from school.
Yeah.
You grew up
yeah.
together.
A girl from school, yeah. But it was like every day, do you know what I mean?
Was this before the days of social media, or were you wanking from memory?
I do memory anyway.
Oh really?
Yeah, the Spanish aren't getting my wanks, boy.
That's the thing. You
I'm
don't.
locked up.
They haven't
True.
thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm locked
They need.
up,
They
mate.
need like the Elon brain chip for the imagination.
Thought,
wank.
please, don't think so, mate. You're not getting me.
I mentioned this before in the pod, but in my old uni house, we had it was a very long corridor, and there was like a cutoff point where you get Wi-Fi. So I had to hotspot my friend in the room over every time he wanted to have a wank.
So you need to have a relay system with a signal.
Would that charge me for a wank though, or would that charge him?
I
On my hotspot. There's a lot of things I need to iron out.
We need to ask the technical directors over at the Spanish government.
You'd have to wank you off.
to even things out.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one.
Just like cosmically.
Have you been wanked off by any man since?
That story's. I did like a PG version of that story to protect the person involved.
Right, okay.
But then we since got in touch and I can actually say the full story now because
Right.
I got sucked off by him.
You did get sucked off
I
by him?
did get sucked off by him, yeah, to completion, and it was the best climax I've ever had in my life.
I'd imagine so.
It's from the
That-
balls of my feet.
That's costing you a lot of tokens under this system, I think.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't shock me though. That a man knows what to do in that
Butcher knows
situation.
how to chop a sausage, do you know what I mean? Richmond's fine,
Yeah.
but butcher sausage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
There's a big difference.
They're hands on.
There's a big.
It's a different league, that
no,
kind of thing.
mate.
They
know.
live and breathe meat,
There's
those guys.
There's a bit of time in there, Rosemary.
Did you try and pretend it was a woman, or did you fully take in the fact
No,
that it was a
I
man?
loved it. I loved his bleach blonde hair, man. And his black
Was he
roots.
bearded? Because I think
No,
that's
I like
Yeah.
proper Twinkie, yeah.
nice one.
Nice.
Bleach blonde hair.
He
on
quite
dark
literally
roots.
looks like a Twinkie as well.
Yeah,
With that
yeah,
look,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is-
And that's the best suck job you've ever had.
I mean, you know, I'm with a girlfriend now, so I don't want to disparage her ability. But at the time, it was like, because the first time I seen a vagina, it was horrendous, because I'd
Yeah.
only ever seen them in textbooks.
Very
diagrams of them.
diagrammatical.
Yeah, because I was obviously a different era to you because I was like dial-up internet.
It's interesting, the sort of generational divide. Like, I don't think, because, you know, I'm of the Gen Z sort of thing, and I've had my brain polluted by constant internet. I don't think I can actually have an imagination wank, because I don't think I could
either.
Yeah. Well, the first time I seen a fanny, I just thought, fuck, I think it's inside out.
But there are some that do look like that.
No, but I was like, because I'd only seen it in science textbooks, like anatomical ones. I was looking around for the arrows and that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So when you do a science experiment and you're looking at something through a microscope, you're like, it doesn't fucking look like that in the diagram.
Yeah.
It totally throws you off.
So back in the day of like dial-up internet, what would you have had to use? Were you still wanking with just your mind?
I just love asses.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you'll see one, you'll picture that later.
The lady's ass, like, like bending down to get the smiley faces.
Wow,
Yeah.
the world has moved on at a rapid pace. That's
dinner
insane.
lady was one. Got into the dinner lady.
Was it like a shapely thing, or was it a proper like fucking homegrown
It's just like,
grass-fed thing?
that's been worn in.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just like knackered, fucking haggled woman, man.
Because I don't know how, without Wi-Fi and without, obviously Babe Station was a big thing, and you had the magazines, but I'm picturing people wanking to like Argus catalogs and stuff.
Oh
like that.
yeah. One of my first big comes was
Okay, that's a new phrase. Yeah, I like how you introduced it like we just say it all the time.
one of my milestone comes.
Your famous cum.
Yeah, was
Like a career high.
it was a good one. Yeah, it was over in Inside Soap,
Oh yeah.
Lacey Turner spread.
I'm going to pretend I know what that is.
It's like a magazine you get in the
Soap
newspaper.
magazine,
Okay.
like telling you what's going to happen in EastEnders and that. So there's a big Lacey Turner spread. 07 peak Lacey Turner, mate. Absolutely all over the fucking show, mate. Pages stuck together. Claude Greengrass's face ripped off from Heartbeat.
It's just references flying over my head.
You don't know Heartbeat? You're a 60s podcast.
I don't know what you're on about. Right, let's move on from that very sticky story to our next one. Ammunition has never been easier to buy now that a bullet vending machine is operational at shops across the southern USA. So they've set them up, really good system here. They're right next to the ATM, so you can get some money out and whack it straight into the bullet machine. And the great thing is, it's available for anyone 21 and older. You can just go there and buy some bullets. According to, and this guy has a great name, Don Major.
That's the most American thing
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
He's the CEO of American Rounds Incorporated.
And the coolest title I've ever heard.
That is so. What an alpha male.
You look like a Don Major, like a
Don
real,
Major in
like
one of
a
these.
like a baddie in Heartbeat.
A CEO, yeah, so American Rounds Incorporated. He said it was a process that was easy. The shops actually came to us and said, we want the opportunity to offer their customers the ability to buy ammunition at the shop. So he didn't even have to go out and do any work for this. They wanted ammunition.
Yeah.
The move has been questioned by some activists, as you might think.
Always one.
To make it easier to access firearms and ammunition, I mean, it's really questionable if that's the right direction to go in, said a representative from a gun safety group.
Oh,
But Major said that the machine, he said, it can only hold so much ammo, which I think is awesome.
They have to restock that thing hourly in America.
Compared to people who are looking to commit violent crimes are more likely to purchase hundreds of rounds of ammo than to get a few from our vending machine.
Do you reckon this is where Trump's shooter stocked up before the assassination attempt?
He only needed about 3 bullets.
And
so
he missed all of them.
it's only an earful, mate.
yeah.
Yeah, rightly so. Rightly so. It should be easier.
So there's a limited supply inside that machine. We have to restock it regularly.
You should be able to get 20 shotgun rounds at the same vending machine you get a Kit Kat Chunky in.
I don't think you can. I don't think they're in there with the other stuff.
Are you sure it's not like E6, like a Lucozade, and then like F3,
It's like
20 rounds?
American Full Metal Jacket, Eagle Federal Magnum 9 rounds.
When I was in a deep MDMA hole, I written to Pot Noodle saying you should have Pot Noodle vending machines called Pot Stops and have Jensen Button advertise them.
That would be amazing. Do you mean just to get the pot noodle or like a
No,
hot water
It
thing?
makes it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And you can select thick or water.
I go thick.
Yeah, I go thick.
Yeah.
And
I actually don't think I've ever had one.
That doesn't surprise me.
fucking fire, mate.
Yeah. Chicken and mushroom.
Yeah, a Bombay bad boy, me.
I haven't had one of them in years, but they're good too.
It bothers me. Names like that bother me because I'm wondering how close this thing has ever got to Bombay.
Not very far.
No, I know.
Do you sandwich it?
Oh, mate.
I'm going to get you a pot noodle sandwich because this is life-changing.
Sandwich.
I wanted to do a pot noodle butty bar again in the MDMA days. You know, when you like think of businesses with your mate in the kitchen and that.
Yeah.
We should open a pot noodle butty shop, mate.
So is it just all the flavours in a sandwich?
Not all the flavours, you'd select a flavour.
Yeah.
Like when they had cereal bars for a bit in like 2009.
Yeah.
They had like a little trend of fucking cereal bars. But you go out of a Bombay Bad Boy baguette or something, do you know what I mean? Or just
That'd be beautiful.
Classic Warburtons.
Yeah. So does you put the noodles in a sandwich or do you put the bread in the noodles?
You can do both, but I put it in the sandwich.
In a sandwich, then dip.
Yeah.
Right.
Life-changing.
I mean, that sounds absolutely disgusting.
Get it down your chin.
Yeah.
Then you mop the chin juice with
the bread.
So you're really not leaving anything to waste. It's proper blitz
It's
mentality.
unbelievable blitz mentality. Mate.
It takes about 3 minutes as well. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, mate. I want to get him.
Yeah, I've got like 8 of them stacked on top of my cupboard because my family was over a while ago, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to cook these."
I thought you literally thought you were going to say, "I've got 8 of them stacked in my cupboard because my family's overweight."
Well, that is true, but it's not the point I was making. Are you long past your MDMA, Des?
Yeah.
What about the coke, Des?
Yeah. I had to give up coke on medical grounds.
You were a well-known coke whore for a while, weren't you?
No, I had to give up medical grounds, unfortunately.
I was going to offer you this.
I know. My girlfriend's allergic to having a laugh, so
Allergic.
allergic to fun. So
Oh right.
So that's no good to you anymore.
That went in the great negotiation. And I got
The Great Negotiation does look like something that took place with you in that outfit. She was the cops.
yeah.
Was there anything else you had to give up in the Great Negotiation?
I had to. Well, we went through a negotiation process where I said you can do coke on New Year's Eve, and I said, "Oh, come on, give me Good Friday as well."
Good Friday, good time to do it.
It's what Jesus would have wanted.
If you can't eat meat, you need cocaine.
I was doing it 3 times a week, and she said, "Like, just do it New Year's Eve." And I said, "I'll just do it every time I gig." She said, "You gig 4 times a week, so don't try that." So then I started going
I like that.
Then I started blagging like, "Come on, it's the big game. It's Super Sunday. Like, Aston Villa Palace. It's a massive one."
I like how she went once a year. And you went, how about 208 times a year? We can find a middle
Come
ground.
on,
Yeah.
it's the playoffs.
All this sort of stuff is making me feel like a bitch because, I'm not a drugsman.
No,
Yeah.
So, like, the biggest phases I've ever been through, Fanta Orange was a bit for a while.
Orange is sick, though, isn't it?
About 2 weeks.
I'm not a big Fanta man.
Oh, I love
I
Fanta.
take Fanta Orange.
That's
over
what I
the
mean.
lemon
It
shit.
was just a phase, and I grew out of Fanta Orange, and I went back to sparkling water.
Did you ever did it hook you and then you ended up fucking sucking men off for San Pellegrinos? That's a real addiction, isn't it? Yeah.
It's not a million miles away from the genuine boarding school experience. I will give you that.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I feel like what happened with the real phase I went through. We got a soda stream at home, and I just
I don't believe in them.
I just binned off still water. I became a sparkling man, and I couldn't drink still water anymore. Because why would you not have normal water with the excitement of sparkling?
Sparkling's rank.
It tastes like static telly, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I had to give it up on medical grounds.
Yeah.
Because they said you can't only drink sparkling water.
It tastes whenever you used to have to get the football scores on teletext.
Yeah.
It's like fucking rank. And whenever I first moved over here, I had never had it before. And I was at like a thing where they had bottles of still and sparkling, but I just assumed it was all fucking water. And I took like a mouthful out of it and spat it everywhere.
Yeah,
What the fuck's going on?
You're
not expecting.
You're expecting like a lemon taste or tonic water taste, which I don't mind. It's got a bit of depth to it.
Yeah.
But sparkling water, mate.
You know what's a water I'd love to try? Is
Bathwater?
well, obviously, yeah, bath water of some people.
Not mine.
I was going to sell my own at some point, but I gave up on that business venture. From the folds of my scrotum, Rufus Rice, official bath water was going to be the name.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, I'd love to try sort of early 2010s charity appeal advert river water. Because
Does look great.
Or unfiltered.
no, so I think the way you can get people really devoted to charitable causes is to get them to experience the horrors of what you're trying to donate to stop, if you see what I mean. So if I had a bit of that brown river water, just for a bit, maybe I'd be like, oh wow, this is terrible.
Do you reckon you'll ever be asked to do a what do you call those things? Is it Make-A-Wish?
Yeah, I get asked them all the time. I did one at the Comedy Store in London. It's like for disabled kids and that, and they all made us some artwork. It was atrocious, obviously. And they had,
Not making any fridges.
they had a big banner of like a disabled girl looking dead happy at the sun. Like, look at this smug here. What's she so happy about?
I know there was an Aussie comedian, and he had one when he was a kid, right?
A Make-A-Wish?
A Make-A-Wish. He got one. He got to see John Cena.
Yeah.
And then
He's a beggar.
he got an email from Make-A-Wish when he was about 20 years old, right? And he literally thought they were going to give him another one.
What was the email?
Someone wanted to see him for Make-A-Wish. Yeah.
What?
That's
That is cool.
That is really cool, but he thought, oh shit, I'm going to get to see John Cena again.
Do you reckon if you don't actually die, you have to pay them? Because it's a bit of a scam if you get a Make-A-Wish, but you don't actually die and end up.
Oh.
They're not always dying though, are they?
I thought it was people that's at like last days. They get like John Cena in just to brighten the.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's like the new priest, isn't he? Getting your last rites.
True.
They're quite smug, those Make-A-Wish kids.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Show-offs.
It's like the other people who get some, privileges and are smug about it and I don't like, are the old people who sit on those carts at the airport, right? And they whiz past you, smug pricks, those guys are. Just, I know that, like, you're a slow walker, right? But you don't have to make a song and dance about it.
Yeah, cut the brakes.
What I don't like about charity, numerous things.
It's a reoccurring theme in this podcast.
But people doing something they want to do under the guise of, oh, I'm climbing Kilimanjaro for charity. Give me 100 quid. Nah, lad, get off the fucking hill, you stupid.
Don't spend the money on the trip to Kilimanjaro. Just give it to charity.
Hills are not to be walked on.
Oh, yeah?
Just leave them.
Leave him be.
Leave them.
As a skier, I have to massively disagree with that.
Oh,
I've never been skiing, so I wouldn't know. But
You've walked on a hill.
I've walked on a hill, but I don't really enjoy it.
Okay.
I've no sympathy for any skiing injury. You all deserve it.
What about cycling injuries?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. Mate, I blame that fat Croatian man.
any sort of activity will result in injury.
Or if you decided to do it, it was your fault.
Resulted in injury.
Yeah.
What injury is acceptable?
Cancer.
Is that an injury?
I think it's slightly more than
Right.
a tin of DP doesn't sort of that.
Probably time to move on to our third story.
Spraying DB at a dead kid. Fucking hell, that's funny.
A New Jersey man has admitted to decapitating a seagull after it attempted to take chips from his daughter. On this show, we really do have a hot and steamy recurring love affair. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Jamie, but move aside, Danny Aarons and Tennessee, because our love of American stupidity knows no bounds and has no equal. A bloke in New Jersey is facing charges after authorities say he decapitated a seagull. 29-year-old Franklin Ziegler admitted to killing the gull after it had attempted to take French fries from his daughter. He then walked up to staff holding the bird's lifeless corpse and asked them for a bin bag.
So courteous. I love the courtesy of that.
I admire the respect to dispose of it in the proper way.
Do you have a bin bag by chance, Em? Oh, yeah, what's it? So this
It's just some fucker trying to get through a shift at McDonald's without offing themselves, and this head case is coming up with the corpse of a seagull to the drive-through window.
I imagine the head in one hand and the in the other.
You've just brought back some trauma.
Oh yeah?
So, Craig Pearson, yeah, he was like the primary school kid, do you know what I mean? Like the serial killer.
The kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know when you're 6 or 7 and you have these visions of what people are like in the home, and you don't really have the brain function to rationalize your thoughts. You kind of have a flash thought and lean into that thought.
Yeah.
I used to think his taps had mud in because he was like the real trampy kid.
Yeah.
But I envisioned his house like a Roald Dahl sort of grubby kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the twits.
Yeah.
He used to have. I went round his house once, and they used quad bikes and motocross bikes as sofas. They didn't have sofas. They just had loads of bikes in there. So you just had to sit on a quad bike. Fucking wild.
The quad's the best one to get out of them, though.
Yeah. I'm not getting on a 6.
You have to balance it.
What the fuck is this one? I thought I was rough. This is fucking grim, this. So it was proper, like, you know, Dickensian sort of. Honest to God, it's fucking.
Charles Dickens was known for his love of the quad bike.
But one day there was a dead pigeon in the road. He tried to give it the kiss of life, and he scooped the dead pigeon up. He was about 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I was in the chipper. He scooped
Shock.
it
Oh, sorry.
up, working.
Oh, were you? Yeah.
Yeah. He scooped the dead pigeon and he threw it in the chippy woman's face and went, "I think your chips are off." Threw a dead pigeon in her face. It splattered all over her face, and she was so still, with shock. And I can't see dead things now.
Yeah.
If I see a dead pigeon on the road or a dead bird, it shivers me. Do you know when you wake up after boozing and you see a bottle of vodka and you get a shiver?
Oh, yeah.
I get that with dead birds.
Oh,
You'd be useless at a wake.
Yeah, well, my nana died in my arms, and I went, oh. I did have my nana died in my arms, yeah, around her deathbed and that. Well, not in my arms, I had my hand on her leg. But when she died, I did have that, you know, when you have like the macabre funny thoughts. It is funny, innit? Like the gallows humour. I went, imagine if I just scooped my hand and threw in a Chinese woman's face.
Yeah.
And your chips off.
If that had been in my local chippy, they would have said thanks for the. They would have battered that. And, like honestly,
Battered nan.
What did this fella go on to do with his life?
I have no idea, but I assume prison.
Yeah.
It was like
you got to assume.
It was like, you know, Red Report in year 7. You know what I mean?
I had a similar experience with the house that was next door to us. There was always people moving in and out of it.
Yeah.
And finally, there was someone that came in that was my age. He was in my class, and I was thinking, right, might have a friend here. Seemed sound, seemed normal. And there was like a lane we used to play in between our houses, and some frog just appeared like from the hedge, and we were like, right,
A Frenchman.
No, there's no Frenchman in fucking rural Ireland, but we were like, right, we're going to share this frog. We're going to have a new pet, and we named it Bill and everything. Like we had a name for it, and we were just crowding around it. It was so tame. And then 2 seconds later, he just grabbed a rock and started bashing the frog's skull in. And I was just standing there like, I don't really know what to say here, but I'm absolutely traumatized.
I can't believe this. I've got such a similar story. So, when in the 6 weeks holidays, my mum just say, "Get out of the house." Do you know what I mean? Like, come back at 6. Don't want to see you.
Right.
So I had to start making my own fun and that. And we couldn't afford fishing nets. So me and my cousin, we went rooting through litter.
Oh, no, cool. Bin diving.
Bin diving. That's an injury. If you get injured bin diving, it's not on you. It's on your socio-economic status.
Yeah.
I sprained my hand bin diving. We used to get like just empty bottles. We used to go to the newt pond, and we just used to fish with bottles. Yeah, because we had no other way. Proper street fishing. Like
street fishing's hilarious.
And we caught a couple of tadpoles, and we had it in like an empty Tupperware box. And we called it Bobfish, and we made a life up for him. Caught another one, and it was like that was his wife, and we proper built it up like we was playing The Sims,
basically
analog Sims,
of course. Yeah.
And we
and a frog.
Yes.
There we go. That's why we make this show.
Come on, and a frog right there. That was a belter. That was well done, mate. That was good. And we proper loved this fucking tadpole, yeah. Like, we loved it, though. And we was there for hours, and then Tony Rickard's come, he was like, you've seen Stand By Me, she's like a baddie in her 60s.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, the worst thing she does is, like, spray paint or something, where it's like, whoa. Right. Like Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
And she just went, "Can I borrow this for me newts?" And booted the tadpole. Emptied Bobfish.
Why?
And we couldn't seem to be crying in front of a girl villain.
I want to chip into this. I haven't had like similar experiences to either of those, but I did see my dad kill a mouse with a didgeridoo once. There was a mouse in the house. Didgeridoo was to hand. Smack.
Just picturing the sound it made.
I just do. I go.
Some mouse getting splattered across the wall.
That's what he didn't even hit it with the didgeridoo. It's just the sheer force. He just blew it away.
Yeah, it's like. Can you tell what it is yet?
That's right. My dad is Rolf Harris. Right. Let's move on to Snatch of the Day. This is our sports segment. Jamie, are you aware of the hot dog eating world championships?
Oh, I don't like competitive. I like eating challenges.
Yeah.
But that soggy bread. No, do you want me to dip it in and that?
You got to dip it in. Do you know?
Do you? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they dip the hot dog whole in a cup of water.
Fuck that.
And then they squeeze it down to about a couple of inches long, and then they just pop. It's basically a cube
That makes me
by the end.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. Anyway, we've extensively covered this. It's one of our favourite sports on this show, and we've had an update because the new number 1 glizzy gobbler worldwide has just been crowned, and surprisingly, it's not your mother in the mid-90s. Chicago's Patrick Bertoletti gobbled up 58 dogs in 10 minutes to win his first men's title last Thursday. In the women's competition, defending champion Miki Sudo, who has a name like
Mickey Pseudo.
she's got a name like a Japanese puzzle, won her 10th title and set a new world record by downing 51 bangers.
You could have the most respectable, God-fearing woman, but if your friends caught wind that she was getting up to this, it would be game over.
Yeah,
Game over.
Yeah.
Bertoletti said he lost weight and practiced for 3 months. I don't know how you can do both of those.
Yeah.
How do you practice for this
That's
and
the only
lose weight?
thing they're eating.
They're proper strict on the gym and that, aren't they? 'Cause I watch a lot of eating challenges.
Yeah.
To whittle away.
Is it aspirational
whittle away the days? Nah, because I
or
can't.
just impressive?
It's just something. There's something beautiful about a plate being it. Isn't there? I've seen this new trend on Facebook. It's funny where people are posting Facebook challenges. One went like viral the other day. It was like Dean came in and tried the belly buster breakfast, and it's got a picture of the before and after, and just like 2 slices of toast have gone.
Oh yeah,
They're like
yeah.
real food challenge cooks.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, cooks and cooks. There's a joke there somewhere. Do it at home. That's one for you at home.
Works better in your accent than mine.
Yeah. But they, eating challenges in general are good to watch. But when they're too good, there's no jeopardy for me. Do you know what I mean?
You're like,
always
I know this is
skinny
getting
bricks as
demolished.
well. You
Sorry?
never see someone doing an eating challenge that's obese. It's like that Matt Stoney.
I don't know. I've watched Man vs. Food before.
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
He was the original as well.
He was the original, and it was good because he didn't win every time.
Yeah.
Like Beard Meets Food is a great channel, but he wins too often for it to be like, he's just going to win. Do you know what I mean?
I actually don't believe there's an amount of food he couldn't finish because it just feels like it doesn't get to him at all.
I think restaurants. If I'm into Beard Meets Food conspiracy hour, but
A new segment for Radio Rufus.
I think restaurants fuck him over to try and say, "Oh, Beard Meets Food couldn't do it." So their normal challenge, they had like 50% on, 70% on. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they do
right.
that to me.
Anyway, this bloke said he lost weight and practiced for 3 months. The women's champion outdid her own husband, who was competing in the men's division, who's a former champion Florida bodybuilder, and he only managed 46.
Pussy.
Yeah, and your wife managed 51, and you're a bodybuilder.
How many do you reckon you could manage?
4. You've only got 10 minutes.
I know, but I couldn't do the water thing.
Yeah, dry.
I'd
I
have
could
to
probably
eat
do
it normally.
6.
That's
Probably 3 or 4. I'm not massive. I'm not. Yeah, I couldn't eat. I can't eat fast. I can eat a lot.
Yeah.
You're more of a stamina.
Yeah, I'm
Endurance
A
eater.
marathon, not
I'm
100
a
meters.
sort of a 1 meal man. Do you know what I mean? I don't eat. I feed.
Yeah. I don't eat really unhealthily, but whenever I eat 3 times the amount I need to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm a portions man.
Are you? Are you like a sort of blue whale,
Yeah,
eating loads of plankton and?
I'm an alligator. Just like wait and then just bide my time. Bang, fat Chinese kid.
Right. Okay. There, however, was a huge rotund absence from proceedings this time. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there is a bloke out there called Joey Chestnut.
Oh yeah,
And
let's eat food.
He won the last 16 out of 17 of these competitions, and he didn't attend this year because of we've previously covered on the show, there was been a sponsorship problem. So the World Championship is sponsored by one company, and he basically signed an exclusive deal with another one, and they were like...
It was a vegan company he went to as well.
Yeah, he went to Impossible Sausages, and they were like, well, fuck you, you're not competing in our competition, having signed that deal with them. So instead of going to the World Championship, on the same day, he took on 4 soldiers at a US Army base in Texas, and he did 57 hot dogs in 5 minutes. The champion did 58 in 10. So that's showing you...
Yeah, he's a different level, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he was against the American soldiers?
Yeah, so it was him versus 4 officers. He ate 57 in 5 minutes, and the 4 officers ate a combined 49. Entertainment for the troops has gone downhill. It used to be like Elvis and stuff, and now it's this guy like... Yeah. So he holds the all-time record for a 10-minute competition, Joey Chestnut, with 76.
That's not being beaten.
That's quicker than one every 6 seconds for 10 minutes.
It's like one long hot dog he sort of does. Like it's not even swallowed yet. The next one's in.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like a sword swallower if the sword was like 100 meters.
It's like a clown's napkin. It just never really ends.
Yeah, right. And what they did was they disinvited him from the original World Championship, and then the event organizer, who we all know is Major League Eating, they walked...
The MLE.
Yeah, the MLE.
Don't get on the wrong side of them, boy.
Yeah. They walked back the ban because they realised, if he's not here, sort of delegitimizes our World Championship. If we don't have the dominant force here. But he said, fuck you, I'm going to spend July the 4th with the troops anyway. And he said, I'm not coming back if you don't say sorry.
He runs the game.
Yeah, he runs the game. I respect it so hard. Yeah.
It's like, do you remember Yaya Toure tried to leave Man City because they didn't get him a birthday cake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he put a curse on him, apparently, didn't he?
Yeah. It didn't really work.
Yeah. Well, no, he put a curse on Champions League.
He is African. He knows voodoo.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's where it's from. Right, let's get into our next segment then. This is your ranker. This week we're ranking the top 3 things we irrationally hate. We're going to take it in turns. Jamie, can you start us off with number 3?
We spoke about it off pod, but magicians.
Yeah.
I know you spoke about it on last week's episode because I was like, oh fuck, I was listening on the way here. But during waiting to be asked to do a magic trick, I don't want you to.
No.
Yeah, I'm a magician. Just show them the cards there. Like this.
I hate that they never cock it up, right? So there's no suspense because I know it's going to be my card.
Yeah.
And then you have to do the little sort of Oscar-worthy performance when they finish the trick and going like...
I've seen a magician fuck up in a funny way.
Have you?
He's 17. And it's like a mixed spell, like comedy, magic, poetry. Horrendous. In a cricket club in Wigan. Shambles. But this 17-year-old, he was really cocky backstage. Right. So the host is like an experienced host, and he's went, just a word of advice, mate, 'cause it's your first time live performing, just move the mic stand out the way, because it's like obscures the view and stuff, and it's just like a simple, first timer things, because you're so nervous, you'll just go up to the mic and stay there, just move out of the way. And he went, no, I'll be fine, I'll fucking smash this and that. He's doing this, he's shuffling the cards, he knocks into the mic stand, they go all over, he's shaking like a shitting dog, picks them all up, and he asks for a member in the crowd, kid straight up like that, nothing behind the eyes, like proper like this.
Too keen.
And so he picks a card, blah, 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 and I can't remember the trick exactly, but he fans them out, and the kid just went to 51 there. There's only 51. This kid was like fucking Rain Man.
Yeah.
So he went, 51, I've just seen you take it and it's up your sleeve. I've seen you do it.
Okay.
And he was like, and his mum was like, Jacob, let him do his trick. And he was just like fucking crying. Oh, he was going blood red. I was like, oh, this is so embarrassing.
That's like the opposite of Penn and Teller's Fool Us, isn't it?
It's so bad. Because if a comedy gig goes bad, it's like part of the course. If you don't sing, it's fine. But getting magic wrong is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Man. I just cringe.
There's someone at a house party we had a few years ago whenever we were at uni, and he had a deck of cards in his bag. That's like the fucking last thing you want to bring to a house party. But anyway, he was doing the like magic trick, and a few of the girls that he was doing it to, like he asked for their card or whatever, they all got it right, and then it come to all the lads, and they're like, "Oh no, it's not my card, not my card."
Is magic the least wanted skill at a house party?
I think so.
It's up there with guitar, I think.
Yeah, I think guitar's worse,
Yeah.
but magic's pretty.
But like, if you're hammered, I think you can sing along and enjoy it. Yeah. Whereas if you're hammered and you're trying to follow a magic trick,
I'm always just too jealous.
What about slam poetry?
my number 3 is O.J. Simpson discussions, because people who bring it up tell you he did it and then act like they've just cracked the enigma.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we weren't aware of it. It was like,
I think you're fine.
all the evidence points to the. They just said he was not guilty because he was black. You know that, right? You know that. I'm so much smarter than you. People do act like that every time they bring it up. Like, you have no idea. Hate those people.
Yeah.
My number 3 is people with awful spatial awareness. See, whenever you're walking in like a busy footpath and someone just stops dead to send a text, or someone that stands in the overtaken side of the escalator in the tube.
That's just foreigners who don't know anything.
Yeah, but even if you're like, excuse me, they just stand there fucking shamelessly.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. Unfortunately,
Oh, yeah.
I used to have this problem as well.
It's my own. Like, I don't know left and right and stuff like that. I get well confused with free.
Really? Are you a holder upper of the Ellen?
I'm a 2D man in a 3D world.
Right, like that Mario game.
Yeah, I just want to be like the people of Doug or Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah. I'm gonna pretend I know what that is.
Dexter's Lab.
I've never seen it.
Dexter's Lab, fit mum.
Well, after that sparkling recommendation, I'll be sure to check it out. Yeah, I when I was a kid, I was unable to walk in a straight line. I don't know if I developed like one leg was longer than the other. They grew at different rates or whatever. But I walked to the sort of left. I had a lean on me.
That does my tits in as well, because you'd be walking straight with someone else, and they're walking.
I have to walk away. I have to walk away from the road because I walk into the road and like
Naturally.
Yeah. I drift.
Yeah, it's like whenever you get stick drift on like a PlayStation controller.
Yeah,
and your player just starts.
I've got real life stick. I used to have real life stick drift.
Yeah.
Number 2, Jamie.
So I need to clarify this. So it's ketchup, but not the taste.
Okay.
The concept. Do you know, like, because I love condiments and I think of them as people, and I just think ketchup.
It's a unique outlook.
Do you know, like, brown sauce is just brown sauce. Mayo, yeah.
I think you were dressed up as brown sauce today.
Like, brown sauce, brown sauce, mate. I don't. And ketchup's just like, no, I'm actually a ketchup. Like, why, shut the fuck up and just be called red sauce. Who do you think you are?
Okay.
And in my head,
Yeah.
ketchup is a kid who always has the ball, and it's like, oh, it's my ball, my rules. And
If he's losing, he takes it away.
Whimper, only child, little weasel.
Do you like ketchup?
I like ketchup, yeah.
Right.
The taste, but not the personality of it.
The only time I've heard people refer to it as ketchup is since I moved to London. Everyone back in Ireland is red sauce.
If anyone says, can I have ketchup on it, I shrivel.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Americans saying tomato sauce?
Oh, you bastard.
Not a fan of that?
No.
Because that is what it is.
But I
Tomato sauce is what you put in bolognese.
Everyone else
That's
is so chilled back. Yeah, just a bit of chili, man. You good. Mayo, the perfect black kid.
Sorry? What are you on about? Mayo's like the palest guy ever.
In colour.
Yeah. And in the sort of people that enjoy it.
No, but he's cool, black, laid back. I'm Mayo. I'm good.
Sorry, but
I'm good.
Let's come up with a new game. I'll say a sauce and you tell me who they are. Who's vinegar?
Is vinegar a sauce?
It's a condiment.
Vinegar. Old school.
Yeah. A codger.
Pretty like me. He's been around the block.
Yeah.
He's been around it. My name's Mr. Sarson.
Yeah.
Sarson's Vinegar Limited I owned. I'm a very nice man. I do get on with Mr. Salt. We've had our disagreements in the past, but that is saying in the past now.
Right. God, that was so weird. That's the end of that.
You know
game.
what I mean, though?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I just like.
Like-
I don't think anyone else has really ever thought
I
about
just think
this.
Ketchup's a smug fucking went to eat and you're just a fucking little weasel, man. Got everything, Nepo baby.
Ketchup's a nepo baby.
It is, man.
My number 2 is ambitious charity workers, and there's a specific one I'm thinking of. He went to uni in Bath, and he occupied the same area, and you had to pass by him. It was very central, and every time he would update his tactics, so I wouldn't be able to avoid him. He was one of those where you breeze past him the first time. The second time, he's clocked you, and he knows this guy's going to breeze past me if I don't come up with something. He'll like you walk past him and he goes, mate, you dropped something. You turn around, he's like, are you interested in knife crime? Like he's updating his tactics every day. He's a schemer. He's the Guardiola of charity. And it's like, mate, if I really cared, I would have given it to you the first time.
I know, just fuck off, man.
You're trying way too hard.
The way you know the fact how much you're getting paid. Give you $12.50 into your little deaf kids.
I reckon he's just doing it for the love of the game. I don't think he's getting paid anything, this guy.
The one thing that completely shattered my worldview whenever I moved to London was a homeless person asked me if it had any change. I told him no. I thought that was the end of it. He whipped out a fucking card reader.
Yeah.
That's not a true homeless man.
It's like the richest homeless man I ever saw, who was in Trafalgar Square and he had 24 Krispy Kremes and a sushi tray.
He's doing better than me.
Yeah, exactly. Your number 2?
My number 2 is people that pay for a blue tick, specifically whenever they've got really small accounts.
I do that.
Yeah, but you don't have a small account.
I had a problem with imposters, like
Someone
people
with-
impersonating me and scamming
Someone
my
with
audience.
800 followers isn't getting impersonated.
Yeah, they have like a couple of songs on YouTube and that.
Yeah, right.
Stop trying to act famous when you're not.
Usually
Stop trying
says
to jump
rapper in
queue.
the bio,
Yeah.
Or people that have like official at the end of their name whenever again.
but you're just a person.
Yeah, they're making like fucking get ready with me videos to like 300 people.
Yeah.
No one's trying to impersonate you.
That reminds me of my gap year flatmate, and his was Alex Peters original. Like he's the first Alex
Yeah.
Peters.
One of one.
One of one. There'll be nobody after him. He'll set the record straight on that one. Jamie, you're number 1.
Tough, right? Got 2 sort of number. I had a number 1 and then I thought, fucking hell, I've just been reminded of something. So my initial number 1 was people who work on trains. They're like,
Okay.
Busybodies.
your job's not that important. You're with the contorted. Like, right, alright.
Do you mean the
Relax.
people in the ticket booth?
No,
Or-
people who are doing their office job on the train.
Oh,
Like, just
yes,
fucking
yeah.
relax.
I'm so guilty of that.
Just fucking relax, mate.
But are you on about like a long train or like a overground or an underground where it's like 20 minutes?
No, any train.
Any
It
train.
don't matter if you're on the Oriental Express. Put your fucking emails down. No one's asked. They do it. They don't even.
I do this almost every
They're
time.
not even doing anything, mate. They're doing it so people look. Oh, look, he's ambitious.
Yeah.
Look at her. A ball got a bet she's got a high powered job. Look at that power suit. Don't
Yeah.
give a fuck, mate. You've still got fucking upper crust on your chin. But I didn't do that. My number 1 was
So that was not relevant to this.
sorry.
Here's your 1.5.
Yeah.
I'm just getting things off my chest now. Novelty toilet signs. Do you know when you can't figure out if it's man or woman? Do you know what I mean? When the
Yeah.
shapes are too I've got
When it says like sort of chicas and
Yeah.
senors and
sometimes there's shapes that are just
the pictures are too close together.
they're too close together. I've got an oil drum of Madras about to drop here. I can't do a crystal maze puzzle.
Yeah.
I'll commit it's 50-50. I'll just commit a sexual assault and shit on a woman. Think I'm arse, mate.
Yeah.
Then they'll complain if I shit my pants, though, won't they?
If they would, yeah.
They will also trim that sentence down to just, I'll shit on a woman as well. In the edit, that's what it will get trimmed down to. My number 1, and it doesn't get enough hate. I've never seen anyone really hate on this. I am a hater of the double pint. What is that?
What do you mean by that, sorry?
2 pints, 2 pint sized.
Oh, right,
one.
right.
Steins as well.
The second pint is warm by the time I get to it,
Yeah.
and flat. And like I get the premise in that you don't have to go and get to the bar as many times. But I'm having a worse experience throughout the whole thing. It's too big, it's too heavy.
Yeah.
If you spill it, that's 2 drinks gone instead of 1. And nobody hates on this for some reason.
What do you think of buying 2 individual pints together if there's a really long queue and you know you're going to get them down you?
Again, it'll go flat and plus there's a quiet.
That's actually worse because now I've got 2 hands full.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was just the one.
Plus, there's a quiet beauty in just walking to the bar and just being with your thoughts. And
I think the pint is one of the things that's perfectly sized in this world.
yeah,
Nothing annoys me more than people that get half pints. Just make up your mind, either drink or don't.
Yeah, the fence sitters. They're like the Swiss in World War II. I hate them, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
No, fuck half pints, man.
Fuck half pints, fuck double pints.
Fuck the Swiss.
Anything but just a standard pint.
Yeah.
My number 1 is grown men that have fully fledged football Twitter accounts. I don't mind people like tweeting about football, but see whenever someone's got like a that's like Salah season and their profile picture is a photo of him and all they do is chat shit about other fan bases and talk about their own. Like fucking grow up.
There's no nuance in any of the debate, is it?
Yeah.
They're just so clouded and they're fucking tedious, man.
It's like we'll defend our club's rapists, but your one's bad.
Yeah.
If you break like football down, just looking at like what it actually is, aside from the game, it's basically 11 random blokes versus another arbitrary set of 11 random blokes.
Yeah.
And like, if you just if you just switched all the players from a different club, suddenly there's swathes of people that just love a whole different set of men, which I find like.
Oh yeah, it's you live vicariously through other men, but it's also preventative of aneurysms.
Is it?
Yeah, because a man will go through his day-to-day life where his kids are ugly and they're not going to achieve anything, and he's pissed.
I don't know. Cole Palmer's a great footballer.
It's fucking good job he is good at football.
He is the footballer that looks the worst at football. Like, if I didn't know, I think.
Oh no, he's got that set 7 sick at footy vibe, I think.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I just think he looks so uncoordinated and unathletic. Like,
oh no, I think he's got that. You know, he would be good in school shoes.
Yeah. The only thing uncoordinated is like his chin region. Everything else looks normal.
Yeah, they didn't get the memo on that.
Yeah.
But men will go through their day where they're in a job they hate, the kids fucking wind them up, don't love the wife anymore, she's shagging a fitness instructor, and he can't bring it out because that's weakness. So when Saka misplaces the ball, he fucking screams at Saka and he's like, because if he lets that build up without shouting at a teenager,
right,
or a young 20-year-old, that will build and he'll have an aneurysm.
I've got an interesting question. How old do you think is too old to have your own surname on the back of a football shirt?
14.
Yeah. I'd think start of high school.
Because you've seen grown men with those sometimes.
There's a few 30-year-olds in our office upstairs that are rocking their names in the back of kits.
Yeah.
I think it's...
If I wear a Declan Rice shirt, am I offending that?
If you wear his number, people might catch on, but it's still kind of the same thing.
Yeah. I can't help sharing the same name.
Well, are you... It would be an England one, yeah. Are you a fan of Declan Rice?
Yeah, cousin Declan, yeah. I think he's a good player, but I really am a fan of him because we have the same surname. That's really it. That's pretty much it.
Nah, I think it's only acceptable if you're over 11, if you're getting your son, the first one, you have like a dad and son one maybe, but that's the only example I can think of.
Even whenever I was like 8 and asked to get it done, my dad was just like, nah, it's gay. Not happening.
Yeah, I was in the Stretford end and this guy used to sit like fucking like a few rows ahead of me. I'd like Shagger 69 or something. He was in his 50s.
You're preaching to the choir here. I'd love one of those.
I don't know if have any of us ever actually had to go and get the name printed on a jersey after you got it?
No.
I bought one once where they ironed it on, yeah.
Yeah, because they used to charge per letter. And it was like 2011 maybe, and I got a new Arsenal top, and I wanted Arshavin in the back of it, and my dad was like, "Are you sure you don't want Clichy or Sonia?" Or I was like, "No, I want Arshavin." It was like fucking 11 letters or something.
You're getting Denver Bar, or we're not getting
just
it
bar,
at all.
Just bar.
I actually got done dirty because my mate is a massive Kavica Kvaratskhelia fan.
Mm.
You know, the Napoli winger.
Good luck with that.
So I was in Naples, and he went, "I'll get us a shirt," and they was by the letter, and it
shafted.
Like the Venegar of Esselink days.
I was about to say that, yeah. The longest football name of all time.
Welcome to Gamey Schumer. Today we're playing Finn Taylor's Japanese game. I'm blindfolded. These guys are going to squeak, squeak, squeak. First person to get hit with a towel loses. Let's play. Squeak. I think you have to. Oh! Someone got smacked. Congratulations.
Those Japanese are mad.
Well played.
Well told, sir.
That's what we always do after a round of this game.
Konnichiwa.
Right, let's move on to questionable then. This is our audience participation segment. Every week we ask you a virtuous and highly important, maybe even a moral and certainly emotional question. This week we asked, you get one wish, anything you want, what do you wish for? And these are what the people have written in with. Simple and obvious, I double rent prices for struggling single parents. This is a standard. This is my standard audience response there.
I get that to a certain extent. I've been getting TikToks on my For You page where it's someone chatting to a financial advisor and they're like a single mum of 3 and they're like, I'm going to have another couple of children. Stop when you're ahead. Like, you're not helping the problem here.
I don't think people realise how much children cost until they have them, though.
And they're always to 5 different baby daddies. It's not as if they just got shafted once, they've got shafted 5 different
It does
times.
get to a point. It's like when the NHS, right, is always understaffed and overwhelmed. So when we had the pandemic, right, it didn't make any difference to the people in the NHS because they're always overstaffed. So like once you have that many babies, what's the next one?
Yeah.
If anything, it makes no difference to your actual life. So
I think if I was a single mum, I'd keep having kids because you'd play one might be successful and sort you out.
yeah, right.
You've got to hedge your bets a bit.
What if you?
That's the African mentality because they have loads and loads of kids.
If you were to have a child tomorrow, what would be like the most likely thing to be successful at?
It's a really difficult question.
Well, my girlfriend's really intelligent, thank God. So probably like maths.
Maths.
An academic.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
a few GCSEs, but oh yeah.
Next one. I wish for Aidan to suddenly, exclusively be attracted to women from San Marino and then enjoy listening to the podcast with that knowledge and see how long it takes him to figure out. Well, your girlfriend's from San Marino, so...
Turkey, same difference.
Turkey.
Yeah. How many people in San Marino? Not a lot.
Not about 30,000.
Right, okay.
And they're all olive oil salesmen.
Not a lot to choose from there.
Shit football team as well.
Yeah.
Where is it? Somewhere it's
in Italy, contained within Italy, but it's an independent country. How would you? Because you wouldn't ever go there. Let's be real.
I'm never going to San Marino. Nah. I'm not making that away trip if Ireland draws them in like a Euro qualifier.
No, but then you'd live as an asexual.
Basically, I think I'd rather that.
And this guy is just sitting on the info the whole time. I think you'd never figured it out. Honestly,
It's actually a bit perverted from
it's
that
a bit
fella.
weird to be real. Next one. This one's weird. Maybe the weirdest submission we've ever had on this show. I'd like to go back in time and change the sex position my parents conceived me in.
Does he know which one it is? Because
That's all the information I have.
Do either of you know the?
Yeah, I was a pull-out gone wrong.
But you don't
know what position?
Yeah, that's a...
Missionary. I should have been on my mum's teeth, but there we are.
Okay, great. I'm not bothered.
I'm a survivor boy.
You are.
I'm not bothered by this. And also, what difference does it make?
Do you ever go back and track when you were conceived based on your birthday?
I know for a fact when I was conceived, this is mad, yeah. So me and my cousin, we was due on the same day, exact same day. I was a few days late, he was a couple of days early, so we have different birthdays, but we was due on the same day. And I asked my mum about this when I started to, learn about fucking
Birds and bees.
Birds and the bees and that. So what's going on here? She said, oh yeah, we all went out, got fucking mad on pills and that. And her and her sister.
It's just like, my parents are so different from yours, bro.
You didn't pick it up the floor anyway.
Her and her sister, yeah. So they was obviously dating my dad and my uncle, respectively. And I said, what was it like? What happened then? Because it must have happened on the same night. Then, yeah, well, we all stayed here and we took turns on the mattress in your nana's spare room, which they later became my mattress. And and I was second. My mum and dad were second.
You were second. You don't want to be second.
Were you born first though?
I was born second.
That's That's
no
that's
saving
what
grace
happened.
there.
Yeah,
But yeah, we was conceived on the same night
in the same bed.
in the same mattress
Yeah.
bed, mattress on the floor.
Do you have any
then,
idea?
Then when I moved into my nana's, because I'd changed my address for like to get rid of Wonga and all that, all the payday loan company. So I changed my address and that. The spare room just hadn't changed. It had a bed now, but I was staying on the mattress I was conceived in.
It's almost kind of beautiful.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely disgusting.
I had a sheet on. Not an animal.
What's your birthday again? It's like May, isn't it?
27th March.
March. So what does that track back to? Just the summer?
Like summer.
Yeah.
Summertime fling.
Mine almost exactly tracks back to Paddy's Day.
Oh, that's a rough and tumble.
Yeah.
Well, hair pulled.
Doesn't surprise me.
Hair pulled. You as mum on top.
Right. Let's get into
Caress buttocks.
this next one. This might be the thirstiest entry we've ever
I
had.
think she climaxed first.
Great. God, I wish me and Aidan would finally clear the tension in the air and just fuck already. Aidan, I know you're reading this. He's not, I'm reading this. But ever since we met, I knew we had something special. Don't lie to me. I knew the second your beard looked me in the eyes that you saw something in me no one else had. I understand you want me to respect your decisions, but God above, Aidan, you're just too fucking hot. I need you. Please answer my calls. I can't take another minute with you like this. I need to be yours and only yours. That's from Dan.
Dan?
Yeah.
I've been in touch with Dan before. He's a fucking weird kind of guy. I thought he was saying that he wanted us to fuck.
No.
I read like that at the start.
No. That's all you, baby.
Right, okay.
I've still got the message.
Pass me his Instagram handle.
I wish for a tool like a thermal camera that works on men to see either how much money he has or see what diseases he has. The examples given: herpes, diabetes, or cancer. All good to stay away from. You don't have to stay away from someone with diabetes.
Yeah, but if it's rich and cancer, that's jackpot.
Yeah.
True. You get your name in the will.
Think, man.
I'd like the tool to see how much money someone has, like, just on a thermal camera.
I'd be such a good slut, man. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, that's relevant like this. I wish to see 15 minutes into the future. I think if you want one wish for anything, you got to dream bigger than 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah. Fuck that.
He says, so I can avoid things coming to me. But surely you'd want to see all of. Do you want to see all of it? Actually, maybe he's got a point, you know.
Yeah.
Because like seeing the death of everyone you ever loved happening in the future is pretty rough.
I don't have enough faith in my future to want to see how it plays out right now.
Would you like 15 minutes warning?
Nah.
No.
I'd like the surprise.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back in time and relive moments, do you know what I mean?
That would be better.
Yeah.
Is there one particular you'd like?
Just like...
Is that gay suck job?
Yeah, but... oh, yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
That'd be on repeat.
Just like...
I thought it was going to be... Maybe that is historic. I don't know.
The day me and my mate, me and my cousin, collected berries and buried them.
Of course.
Is there any reason you buried them?
We again, we've been diving, and we thought we'd get loads of berries in empty bottles of pop.
Yeah.
In case another gang ever wanted a berry war. So then we dug them.
Berry war.
We dug them in the ground.
Bury the munitions.
Yeah. So we had like a little trench.
Yeah.
So we thought, yeah.
So it was literal trench warfare.
If any other gang wanted a berry war, we were stocked, boy.
Yeah, you were ready to go.
Armed to the teeth.
We were stocked, boy.
If you were to give our audience some tips for bin diving, what would be the top ones?
Bin.
Look before you rummage.
What I'm worried about is sort of getting something from a rat, you know.
I'd be more worried about needles or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Sharp
getting
objects.
an accidental heroin addiction.
Sharp objects.
What's the gold mine though that you're hoping to stumble across usually?
Good question.
Lucasades, the big Lucasades back in the day was good for berry storage.
Yeah, but if you're hooking through a bin, what is the thing you're most looking for?
Is that's what you wanted?
Empty bottle.
Oh, empty bottles is the main thing.
For the berries.
Yeah.
The berries.
Right. Okay.
Do you remember that myth? We used to break into school on a Saturday, and there was like loads of litter all over the place.
Yeah.
And do you remember that myth where you got 2p for ring pulls
No.
Was that like?
on a Coke can?
Oh, right.
So
okay.
How would you get the 2p? Well, if you like,
I never knew how it happened.
I've heard that before, but like plastic bottles and stuff like that.
if you hand them in at the bank,
But you take it into like a ring pull bank.
yeah, those
You get a 2p.
your local ring pull bank, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds like a sex move, not a fucking bank.
The ring pull,
Yeah. we just spend days taking ring pulls.
lots of ring pulls at boarding school. I remember those days fondly. Right. Oh. Yes. Hello. Brilliant. Wonderful news. Thank you so much. I've just had some breaking news in down the wire from our culture and entertainment correspondent Aretha Spanklin in New York City. This is today's news. Today, of course, being June the 12th, 1972. Tie me up like a Christmas ham and slap me till I look like one, because an astounding set of figures have just been published, possibly signalling a new era for film. The venerated pornography Deep Throat, released earlier this year, has grossed $120 million and is still ranked in the top 10 films 6 months after release. It has one of the great plots of modern cinema, revolving around a sexually frustrated woman who goes to the doctor and he diagnoses her with clitoris of the throat, leading to a stronger oral fixation than prime Grapefruit Girl. Strangely, for a porn film, it has garnered extremely positive reviews from the entertainment mainstream, and maybe up for an Oscar or two. Here are some we've got here. I was never so moved by any theatrical performance since my own bar mitzvah. That's a weird one. Don't want to draw too many parallels between those two events. It's not The Godfather, but it stands ahead above the competition. A little bit of wordplay there.
Nice.
And it's all very well and good for Linda Lovelace, the star of the movie, to advocate sexual freedom.
Great name.
But the energy she brings to her role is slightly discouraging.
Oh,
That one's a mixed bag for sure.
Can you imagine this bitch in the hot dog eating competition? She wouldn't be able to get one down without being like,
Clitoris at the throat. I wonder when in the writing stage.
we need a reason why the cock goes in the mouth.
Yeah.
So it's one of those big, like, right, hear me out.
The central conflict of this story is that basically she doesn't have a normal clitoris location. Does
she have the rest of the funny?
Yeah, but she's that's why she's so frustrated, because her clitoris is like sort of in
How
the
did she
trachea.
discover
Oh,
this?
she doesn't have a spare.
She doesn't have two.
She only has the one, yeah.
It's a birth defect
Right.
or something.
Affect.
Yeah, depending on how you look at it. Yeah,
Come in every time you eat a pot noodle butter. Come on now.
True.
you'd love that.
I already do.
You'd love the throat clit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all about the throat, man.
Yeah.
It's like the starfish, because it has it up its arse. Their pleasure receptors are activated every time they dispense of waste.
Oh, don't we all? Well, lock me up and call me a starfish.
It's actually all the same. For a starfish, it's all the same. So mouth, arse. They've only got one sort of hole. So
It's
Lucky
kind of
cunts.
efficient though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
No, I think fair play starfish.
I'm just wondering why humans aren't like that. Really, that's how it makes me feel. Anyway, you've seen this, I believe. So
Yeah. Big fan.
there's actually a lesser known 1969 one with a dog in it. I'm not even joking. Does exist.
Where's the dog's clitoris?
So I'm not sure exactly of the plot, but
Right.
there is a dog in it. Is all you need to know. That one not quite as well received among the mainstream press.
It's dog fucking dog though, yeah.
No.
Like backstage at Crufts.
Do you think that's what they get up to in the green room?
The changing rooms get steamy.
I'm thinking like a Rottweiler now.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
and you look at that little poodle. Rottweiler slapping this poodle about.
Is that how dogs work? Do they do other breeds? I wasn't aware
They
of
have
it.
sub and dom, man.
Do you reckon the poodle is a slag of the Crufts game? Or is it like the Chihuahua or
No,
something?
they try and outside they're like the fucking the rich mum and the
Yeah.
fucking,
The pampered dog.
yeah, the
Yeah.
pampered dog gets done by mongrel.
Bit of rough. a bit of rough. Yeah, baby. That's a great joke. People will remember that joke.
They will, yeah.
That shit bit of wordplay. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to another. How could we sum this up? A back-breaking, awe-inspiring, hair-losing episode of Radio Rufus. I think we've covered basically every topic under the sun in this one. And as always, we'd love to thank the main man, Jamie Hutchinson, for coming on and giving us some of his experiences.
You're sure you don't want the Coke spoon?
I'll have it for old time's sake.
Yeah. Nice one.
There we go. We give all our guests a Coke spoon on this program.
It's like a lucky bag you get.
No, we don't. Lucky dip. They should make that where they just like sort of mix them all together.
Yeah.
All the drugs in one bag, and then you just sort of.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That'd be class. It's like pick and mix, but a lot more exciting.
Just like that. Is it going to be a fizzy cola bottle or a normal one? Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, hope you all have another wonderful week, and you don't find out that your cousin was conceived on the same mattress you used to sleep on as a boy. And back to you in the studio.